When we spoke last week, I referenced a caller who had a daughter who was very worried about the world moving to the brink of war. And you mentioned, I think, one of your own family, your 12-year-old son. What are you telling him about the possibility of a nuclear war, were he to ask you that, Defence Secretary?
He did ask me that. He asked me that yesterday because, it's all over the news. So I think...
Well, he's seeing Dad work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Well,
obviously, he's worried a bit about Dad. So when your son says, Dad, are we going to have a nuclear war? Never mind Ben Wallace, what does Dad say to his boy?
Well, Dad says, no, we're not going to have a nuclear war. What I've said to him is, look, President Putin is dealing at the moment in a rhetoric. He wants to distract from what's gone wrong in Ukraine, and he wants us all to be reminded that he has a nuclear deterrent. And then, actually, we get into a discussion that I, of my age, remember in the 1980s, which is, we've all forgotten all those nuclear debates that we all probably had. You're about younger than me, but you'll remember them as well.
I am. I think it's quite considerably the other way around, but do go on.
That's a bit of misinformation operations there.
You old flatterer. On you go, sir.
is that we've all got out of the habit. Britain has a nuclear deterrent. It's somewhere out there under the sea, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's kept us safe for decades. It is a deterrent by definition and design, and President Putin knows that. And he knows that America and France also have a deterrent. So I think this is, we analysed what he said. We've looked at their posture. There isn't a significant change. This is more about, I think, putting putting it on the table to flex muscles and detract. But it's also to say to those people listening to this programme is that, no one is going to do anything to unnecessarily provoke him or indeed to escalate this beyond trying to deter him from his actions in Ukraine. And we know that he gets deterred by might. Military might makes a difference. What the Germans announced yesterday is the very opposite of what he wants. We told him that. We warned him that. I warned them in Moscow myself a couple of weeks ago that I said, look, we can go through the sort of shadow dancing of you said this, I said this. But I said, I know the Europeans, I know the West, and what we will do is you'll get more NATO forces, more defence spending, which is exactly what you don't want. And sure enough, it's what happened in 2014, and it's what's about to happen now.